entering the house. One that we saw, I've been watching from New York, with a battering ram into someone's private property, and there's no recourse.
Yeah.
There's no, you understand what I'm saying?
This is all part of a much larger dialogue, in my opinion. On one side are people who watch a previous.
It's the same guy listed as a pastor here at City's Church.
So what?
To get our house in order, and that's what we were here to do.
They said that they think you lost and this didn't accomplish anything, and you went into their house, the house of the Lord.
The reality is the house of the Lord is a place where love lives. It's not a place where you can have a pastor masquerading as the director for the field office of ICE in St. Paul.
Are you sure he's in it?
If you go to City's Church website, you will see him listed as a pastor. And the moment I mentioned his name, I tried to say, I am a reverend. You asked for the Lord to put your house in order. The moment I mentioned David Easterwood, he tried to shut me down. So you can go to their website and see Dave Easterwood listed, David Easterwood, and he's all over the court decision that just came out in with Judge Melendez, where the ACLU filed suit on behalf of 6 Minnesota residents because of the abuse by ICE and them violating people's constitutional laws. He also appears on C-SPAN with Christy Nome. That is the same guy listed as a pastor here at City's Church.
So what happens next, Nikema? What do you think this does?
It depends on this church. I know that this church will never be the same after today. And I think that the people who worship here will have to decide which side are they on. The side of the Lord, truth, righteousness, or justice, or the side that pretends to be on the Lord while harboring someone who is helping to perpetuate evil on our community. The guy who oversees ICE agents. How dare you claim to be a minister of Jesus? I am a reverend. I am a lawyer. I am an activist, and I stand on the side of freedom, justice, truth, and righteousness.
Did you?
Period.
You can show some of that, Mike, too, as well. Did you try to talk to the leadership of the church?
You saw me try directly to talk to the leadership when I disrupted the church service. And he tried to shut us down after we mentioned David Easterwood.
Yeah, I asked him, why don't you try to talk to the folks? And he said that, this was a disruption and,
Yeah, because they didn't read the Bible where Jesus came into his Father's house and flipped over tables because they were pretending to worship the Lord. They were pretending to follow the word, but their actions were not in alignment. So we came and flipped over a table today. This injustice, this unrighteousness.
You came over, flipped over a table. All right, sister.
While also being the director of the field office for ICE in St. Paul. Absolutely not.
You're going to continue to do this?
We will continue to do whatever is necessary to bring justice to our community and justice for Renee Good.
Thank you. And now what? You can't tell me, right? Do you want me to hold your mic or you're good? You're good? Okay.
And you can talk to any other people, out here
talk to these guys.
as to why they're here standing for justice.
Let's talk to these guys. Thank you, Nikema. I hate to interrupt the loudest guy here. How are you? Nice to meet you. What's your name?
William Kelly. I'm actually filming for Jolly Good Ginger on your show.
Oh, wow.
I'm a good buddy of Jolly.
Yes. How are you? Why are you here?
I'm here to stand up for immigrant rights. I'm here to stand up for humanity. We're seeing a clear violation of the Constitution every day. So I'm standing up.
White man out there. You know what I mean? White man. What we talking about? You standing up for everybody. That's what we talking about, man. That's what we celebrating, bro. I don't know about some people. Some people's outside of New York City wilding, son. I'm not gonna hold you. Some people's here illegally, and they are wilding. I'm not gonna hold you, son. In New York City, I don't know how it's going on in your cities. So if people are against illegals and people that scheming against countries, I don't know. That's between you and whatever you think. You feel me? But right now, was Renee an illegal? Was her wife an illegal? They were U.S. citizens. That situation should have never escalated to the height that it did. Okay? There was many things going wrong from the very, very beginning. It's not about taking no side to say this side and that side. It's just looking at that whole video unbiasedly, take yourself out of it, your emotions out of it, and just looking at it. It's a lot of things that's happening that's leading up to her untimely passing away. It's a lot of things that's leading up to it. The ICE agent jumping out, him, whatever his reason is, he's the first escalator of the situation to me. So I don't know what the car was really going to do. She waved on 2 people to go, the second person being the ICE agents. So why would she be blocking y'all if she's telling y'all to go? Why is she dancing in the car like she's chilling, having a good time before y'all even come drive up and y'all down the block dealing with some other people down there? The real altercation is between the agent, right, and her wife. Her wife is the one that had all the energy. Really, being honest. She should have never drove the car. High tense, high pressure situation. You're scared, bunch of things going on. And then you got your wife over here saying, drive, baby, drive. I think the wife was escalating the situation from the beginning. I think that the first officer should have never had his phone in his hand. And if it was anybody that should have been detained, it should have been her wife. He should have detained her as soon as he came, because she was escalating the situation from the very beginning. If you feel so, right, just do that then. I don't think you should detain her because she's American and she's filming you like I would probably be doing. Like, what are you doing here? Why aren't you going to deal with somebody that's an illegal? I would probably say the same thing. But if they detained her, I'm saying, what would that have done? Would you think Renee would have drove off? No, she would have got out the car and said, what are you doing to my wife? Get off of her. That's what would have happened. She would have probably been in cuffs too. They both would have been in cuffs, actually. But guess what? 3 children would have their mother possibility. So just think about that.
My immigrant community, we're all immigrants. We're all the sons of immigrants in this nation.
Yeah.
You know, my ancestors showed up at Ellis Island. We're given a name. We're given citizenship. Why is
Oh, man.
Born Americans who said I was a biased journalist, but because I presented him with facts.
It's really easy to ignore what's happening. Just as in Poland in 1939, communities ignored a concentration camp a mile away from them. It is really easy. So that's why we're here. We're here to hopefully change a few minds, hopefully to wake a few people up. I was encouraging people in there to be at Whipple with me later today, standing up for, the community.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Don.
We're both veterans.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
And we both fought in a war, right, that we were told was against religious extremists oppressing their people with their extremist religion as law. And here we are in the United States, like, I'm crying like 6 times a fucking day. 6 times a day, because it's so emotional. It's like you go over there and you believe you're doing this thing that's just. It turns out you're fighting an unjust war, and the reason that they gave us was really misleading. And now we're in the United States, and the same thing that they told us we were fighting against is what they're trying to do here. And maybe it's not the people in the church, all of the people in the church, but they're white people that aren't standing up and speaking when we need everybody to be standing up right now, because the things that the United States purportedly stands for and sent soldiers to war to die, freedom, to fight for, right, is something that now